Yeah, that bitch record. Alright, man. Shit, we live. It's your boy Lil Zoe, man. Session Podcast. We in the building. Baby, can you do me a favor? Mm-hmm. Just check the GoPro and just make sure it sees both of us. Mm-hmm. Thank you. We in the building, man. Session Podcast. Your boy Lil Zoe. I'm here with none other, man. YoungBallerzTV. Yo. YB, Biz, Bizzle, whatever you want to call it. We in the building, man. How you feeling today?
All good, bro. Glad to be here, man.
Yeah, man. Biz is my guy right here, man. Little do y'all know, like, man, me and Biz, like, we really chop it, bro. So it's actually kind of crazy. I never got you on the podcast, man. Bro. Like, and we Chicago hoops, like, we really like know our hoops and stuff like that. So I'm like, damn, man, I hit you up. I had to get you in right away, man.
Long overdue, man.
Long overdue.
Yes,
So, man, to start it off, man, just tell me a little bit about, like, what got you into doing the Young Ballers TV, the starting channel, the page? What kind of got you into it?
What's so crazy, man? My homie came. I was already kind of into media stuff in 2016, and my homie came and told me that it wasn't nobody doing it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, everybody do it now. But at that point, wasn't nobody doing it. So we started it together, man. Homie got killed, man. Coach Marcus, he got killed in 2016. He had 5 kids. They all was playing small fry. So I started off with small fry. So it was I got a strong foundation because of that. Because, like all of them, like Avalon Park, Robert Taylor, Marquette Park, all of the inner city parks I was directly connected to and associated with them kids. A lot of them kids, they was in 6th, 7th grade then. They seniors now. So, you know, I actually started from the beginning with them. And, man, I just been doing it really just to keep his memory alive, man. Just turn a negative into a positive. That's what it really was about.
Wow. Wow. I don't even think I would have never even guessed that. Yeah. So it really started from a passing of a close friend, man. That's unfortunately, man, and where we at is it kind of happens that way, and a lot of stuff gets inspired from, you know, a passing of a friend. Mm-hmm. But to your degree, man, you turned it around, like you said, turned something negative into a positive, and it's really taken off. Like, did you ever expect it to take off to the point where, like, you walk in the gym, you can go in probably any gym in America right now, and more than just someone, a lot of people in that gym knows who you are. Yeah. And a lot of kids on the court get excited because you pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you ever expect that?
He actually told me it was gonna be that way, but I ain't believe him.
Really?
Yeah, like when he told me how much, because we went into it together as like kind of partners, and he was telling me how much he was gonna charge, and I'm thinking, like, why would people pay me that type of money? But I didn't got paid that type of money, so he wasn't BSing, like, he was for real. So, man, it's an honor and a privilege just to have a strong impact on the community, influence on the community, impact, you know what I'm saying, make me some money, you know, all at the same time. So it's been a humbling, life-changing experience, man, really, for real, bro. Yeah. And then a lot of the interaction that you do, especially, you know, you go all over the country, but a lot of your work is here in Chicago. Mm-hmm. It really gives a lot of the kids a platform to showcase their talents. And, I mean, we know it's no secret that some of the best ball players come out of the inner city. And you were able to give these kids a platform that they may not have had. Talk to me a little bit about, you know, maybe some of the lives you might have helped change just by giving people a platform. Man, just overall, man, it's been a lot of kids, and a lot of players, like, you know, like even pro-am players be hitting me up, like they actually need this footage for, like, overseas teams. High school need to go to college. Like, it's a real functional purpose aside from the entertainment value involved with it. It's a lot of entertainment value, but it's actually like a real purpose behind it. Beyond it, it's a multi-purpose thing. So that's why I got different levels, and it's doing good because of that, you know. And you do this completely on your own. Like, there's no Young Ballers TV real team. Like, this is just Biz. Yeah, I mean, I done had people, but, like, it's kind of the nature of the work is kind of intense, like, in a sense that, like, and people like to watch it and tune in, but once they find out, like, I had like people that was interested in helping. But once they kind of seen what I was doing, they like, I don't know if I could. Right. It's a little bit too much.
All the moving around.
Yeah, because like I got to go film the whole game, come home tonight, edit the game, then drop it on YouTube, drop an Instagram video, promote the video, do like public relations work. Like I guess I don't know if I call it that. No, not public PR work, but like marketing work. Right. As far as market the videos and stuff, and then wake up tomorrow and do it again.
Exactly, because it's a gym, it's open run, it's a game, it's a tournament.
It's that right, non-stop, bro.
Does it ever feel like too much, or does it just the drive, to keep what you're trying to keep alive, just overtake it?
Both. With me. I just turned 37 this year, so it's like I started it when I was like 32, so I had a little bit more energy.
Right.
And then I was popping them Addies too. I had a little Addy fix in like 2016.
Stay up on that.
And that was driving me. But when I came down off of them, I felt so groggy that like I couldn't fuck with that no more. Like I left that shit alone because of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So and I still haven't been able to
pop up Addies in years.
Yeah. But everyone's done. Yeah, like 4 years ago, and I still ain't found nothing that gave me that spark. But I knew that I can't do it because it's like if every time after I'm go down off of it, I need another one to get back up. Oh no, I can't do this. I'm gonna get hooked real quick.
Right.
So I left it alone for them reasons. I ain't trying to get hooked on no extra drugs. I got enough going on.
I feel it.
Yeah.
But man, it did turn into a big thing. And what was cool that I saw you doing, man, and I hope you get to do this shit again, was the YoungBallerzTV showcase, where you had the gym and the kids. Man, the motherfucker put on a showcase for the kids.
Yeah, yep.
Talk to me about that, man. Talk to us about
them coming soon. I actually been partnering with my guy KD Hoop Vibes, and we started a new brand called Full Court Press Academy.
Okay.
Between us, we just did.
Also, that was the first run.
That was the first run was. Okay. So the whole idea behind that was to build that brand up.
You mind to shoot me some footage so I could put it up on our interview?
For sure.
Talk about it so they can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yep. We had a lot of big names in there too. A lot of blue checks in there. Like it was just, and we did it, like we planned it like 2 days in advance. So we were just talking about if we actually did something and took our time and properly organized it, like how we could do. But like we had Chase and just a lot of different people in there.
Yeah, I seen the lineup. It was pretty tough. You had Chase, I think Boopy Slid. Man, you had a lot of the little tough guards.
Yeah, Siri Lewis was in there. Yeah. He was killing in there too.
That's a big fella.
Yeah.
How's that kid going along?
He coming along. I like what I saw. That was some of the best ball I seen him play in.
That's
there.
a big fella. And
yeah,
he works out.
Yeah,
like he works out.
Yeah,
so he's gonna get far because a lot of kids don't work out. He works out for real.
And he didn't look limited to the big man position. Like he kind of like.
That's what I wanted to know. Because originally, early on, obviously he was a kid that's tall as fuck, so he's a big man.
Yeah.
At 6'9", 6'8", he's got to have that other shit.
Yeah,
how's that looking?
Yeah, and that was looking good. I'm actually working on something for him. I got something for Siri coming. I know Siri, he asked me a couple times about that. It's like, I'll be having so many projects. I'll be flooded in projects, though, man. It'd be tough to keep up with all them projects, I'll tell you that. But, yeah, it's definitely coming, man. I like his game a lot. I was impressed, for real.
Yeah, I think when he came over to MP after... Kenwood. He played a little in the summer and stuff. Like he played a little bit. I got to see him for real from Kenwood, and I was like, yeah, he's aggressive to the basket. Like he'll dunk your ass. You know what I'm saying? I saw some footage from him over the circuit. Yeah, and he wasn't playing around. I'm like, all right. So, but it was good to hear that he's moving around. So other than those runs, that was the showcases. If you can come back out with those showcases.
So the runs was pretty much designed to. That was like the beginning of the showcases, kind of. Like we trying to take that same brand and bring it over. We gonna do younger kids though, like
yeah.
you know, because that's what like because we gotta monetize it in some type of way. Like a lot of people start doing this, and they wind up like stop doing it because
you can't get the payment for the gyms, the rental
all of it. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fees involved. So if you're not getting paid off of it, then it's like you're not gonna last.
At least break even to continuously do it if it's gonna be a non-for-profit type of thing.
Yep, definitely. So we're gonna get like some 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, like middle school runs and stuff going. And we're gonna go back to we still gonna do high school, but we know.
But you know what? They gotta understand what they would be paying for is the convenience of being able to hoop against some of the top talent in the city on any given night to test yourself. That's hard to do because you got to be able to. You know, a lot of times you got to be the top player to play against the top players. You get what I'm saying? So if you can create a run where top players are coming, then you can get people to pitch in, as well as they're paying for the platform, which you've not only built and grown over the years or whatever, but it's a real platform that matters. So in the basketball scene right now, especially in Chicago, so if they can get a chance to get that, and then the footage, the editing, and if they have a good night, you know what I'm saying?
You get that exposure, you're gonna get maximum exposure. You ain't gotta go nowhere, man. And that's what the whole thing is. And that's actually was one of my other goals to doing this, was to bring to have a more powerful black media.
You
know what I'm saying? Like the media is in control over so many narratives, like in the world. The media runs the world. Like they can like manipulate headlines and stuff.
Especially the fucking basketball scene.
Yeah.
And we are the ones that play it the most. And it's not even just to bring race in it, but as a natural fact, this game is dominated by black people.
Yeah.
Black men and women.
But only the actual game. Everything outside of that is not dominated.
Exactly.
So it's like, but why is that? Why I asked myself that, like, I remember I was who was I? I was in one of them press rooms after the game, and I think it was No Jail Eastern or something.
Okay.
And I was the only black dude in there, and it's like I opened my mouth to ask him a question, and it's like I could just feel that I was the only one. Like everybody looked at me like, what he finna say? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the white people in there just looking. Like, because they ones that they control the narratives and stuff. They decide kind of who gonna make it. Like,
you
know.
At the end of this day, if they say that, and it's almost insane. You know, as a basketball player, and when you've never played the game for real, and never really like been in the gym with some of these really top players, even the ones that did make it, because we know there's some players that could be pros that did not make it. How can you really say someone's not good at going to the basket? Someone's not good at shooting a mid-range jumper. Someone's not good.
Right.
How can you really say that? Where's your credibility?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do the reporters and the media get that credibility to say that?
Right.
That's where it kind of gets me in the loop, especially like high school newspaper.
Yeah.
Like, if I would, not to throw any shots at anybody, but I've been around and seen a bunch of the, Chicago newspaper. I don't think any of them play real ball.
Yeah, no, that's how my high school coach was. He never played organized ball. He was a baseball player.
Right.
And it's like you could tell he didn't truly know the game, because you can't like you don't know these boys' limits. Like you might be not pushing them hard enough. You might be pushing them too hard because you just don't know. You never done it before.
Yep.
So yeah, like it
was a luxury to play for a coach that was from a basketball family.
Yes.
And it was a luxury because every practice was basketball.
Yeah.
There was nothing outside of basketball.
Yeah.
Even down to player development. They knew from the highest level how to make your moves elite. And it was just, it was now looking back on it, it was more of a blessing than anything to be able to play from a basketball family. Because a lot of people, either they played and never were that good, so they thought maybe they could think the game a certain way. If you've never played in that type of environment or that level to where your counter moves have to be that tight or that crisp, you won't really know.
For sure.
Seriously. So it was a blessing, really. Man, so going on about just the basketball environment, let's talk about some of the best players you've probably seen over the years. Because you've seen a lot of gems.
Well, since the beginning of 2016, So, I came around when, like, Taylor Horton Tucker was just entering that dominant point. Like, I want to say he was on, I don't know if he was on JV or...
I saw him in the gym over the summer when he was young. It was different.
Yeah, like, it was a summer league game I had covered him, and that's when I really knew, like, he was just dominating. So, yeah, like...
it was so odd to me because his body was so weird.
Yeah.
Like, he did not look like he could jump. Like, he looked fat, but he wasn't fat.
Yeah.
But he looked fat.
Yeah, the build, it was a different build. And it's crazy. The NBA just changed his whole body structure. Now when you look
see him now,
that's
he looks
crazy.
like an NBA player.
Yes, it ain't none of that.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. It made me keep that in mind about baby fat and players that ain't, like, all the way developed. Like, you can't sleep on them.
Well, you know what they said about Jahlil Okafor?
What they say?
You know, it turned out he was apparently, like, allergic to, like, red meat. Yeah, I was watching a fucking NBA game and they were talking, the announcer was talking about it. Said that he cut all the red meat out of his diet. And that's how he got so skinny. Remember, he was bloated up for a long time.
Okay.
And then when he got to the league, he just shredded it.
Yeah.
It was like, it was literally all gone.
What team he on right now?
I fucking think Detroit still. If he didn't get waived, he was last on Detroit. Because I looked that shit up maybe a month or so ago.
Okay, alright.
But who fucking knows all this fucking, the trades, the signing deals, shit's getting crazy. What do you think about that new fucking NCAA rule? The transfer rule.
What's the rule? What's the rule?
These motherfuckers can transfer and play the next year. That's all I know.
Oh, well, it seemed like it got some COVID to do with that. Is that what that is? A result of COVID?
I don't know, but I know all these players that have transferred are eligible.
Right. Yeah, that's
so I don't know. I haven't further. Maybe someone out there can fucking help us out in the comments after we drop this shit. But I know that all these players that's why it was such a transfer wave.
Right.
How do you think that's going to impact the college scene? Because I think a lot of people should have stayed.
Yeah, because it's like certain people transfer. It's just an adversity thing. Like sometimes people get that adversity and they'll leave too soon instead of fighting through it, and then they'll go over to their next spot and notice like it's adversity here too.
You know what? Too, it could be a lot of sizing up their peers. You can see your peers being in a situation where it's like, damn, they got it quick. They're in the league now, and a lot of players, like for instance, Scotty Barnes, number 4 in the draft. He didn't start the whole year. He played 6-man a lot of the year.
Florida.
Florida.
Right. Yeah.
So when you look at like maybe some of these players thinking like their talent is better than what their situation is, and they probably just like, oh, well, this situation isn't it, and they size that up. A lot of these young players is going to get that check.
Yeah,
that's true. They're getting that check. A lot of them went to the G League, and even the ones in college, it's like they had subpar years, but look at them now in the summer league. They look amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, wow. You know what I mean?
They just need that time to develop. I think it's like a constant struggle with everybody to determine. I think it's knowing yourself, how good you are. Because it's like, I've been looking this thing up. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Dunning-Kruger is where it's a cognitive bias, like a mental bias where you think you're better than you really are. So they had these in whatever particular task, like they had these people that was like thinking they was in the top 56 percentile, but really they was in like the bottom 12% in all these studies, and people just think that. So I think just knowing yourself, to know how good you are is important, because you could think that you're better than what you are, or you could think that you're not as good as what you really are. So it's like it really take a lot of that, and I think if you meditating on something, that's what meditation should be on, like focusing on your skill set and knowing what you're really capable of doing. I think a lot of us, I didn't even know what I was capable of doing. And I didn't really have nobody to help explain that to me, what I could, the possibilities of what I could do. So it's like I had a lot of limitations in my own personal career because of that. You know what I'm saying?
I think that happens so much of us as like black men. You know, a lot of, I mean, sometimes even when you have a father figure in the home, maybe they didn't have the father figure in the home, and they weren't able to really teach, and sometimes it may not be what we deem the correct way. So a lot of trying to figure it out as a young man, it's difficult. So even when you get into the older ages, you probably just now figuring it out, but it may be almost a little bit too late. So now you got to try to speed up on your process, and you know. So a lot of the things, it's a big trickling effect. So a lot of young men need to try to figure out their purpose now and what they are good at in their skill set, and not beat themselves up, because a lot of players hang themselves up just as basketball as that's it.
Yeah, that's like such, and that's such a limited.
It's such a limited thing, and no one realizes it until they're done.
Yeah,
until they're done.
Yeah, like a lot of us, we gotta understand, like whatever we practice on and focus on, we can do. It's just that, like, if you just practice on basketball every day, of course you'll be good.
Exactly.
But if you do something else, you'll be good at that too.
You'll be great at it. Yep. That's what I took when I left school from playing ball and I went into the work field. I took the exact same mentality of getting up to go to work was like getting up to go to practice.
Exactly.
Every day. And every paycheck was like game day.
Right.
Literally. And I felt like that, and it was a Friday or whatever it was. You know, every time I felt the same way. So if you young men could just learn to fucking put your same talents and work ethic, because that's what no one can take from these young players, is that they have an extreme determination and work ethic. And a discipline that's different. Being a basketball player is a different discipline.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, getting up every day to work out, go to school. You have to maintain your grades, or you ain't gonna go to school.
Right. You
know, you got to be able to work out every day after practice. These coaches will push you to the limit, get everything they can out of you, perform in the games against some of the probably best defense every night. Because if you're a top player, you're getting the best defense every night. Deal with the criticism as a young man through the media, and then get up and go do it the exact same day tomorrow. It's crazy.
Yep, and dealing with like family stuff, coming from low income situations, and having siblings and stuff.
But don't take no money.
Right.
If you take some money, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So a lot of these young players need to sit back and realize all the adversity that they're going through now translate directly to the real world.
Yeah. All of the adversity. So it's like, and it's not always available just to, like if you got a job and you going through adversity in the workplace, like you could go find another job, but it's like, it might not be another job available like that. So it's like, you can't just, sometimes you got to tough it out and just go through it to get to it, kind of, man.
Go through it to get to it, and or work better on yourself to where when it is time for another move, you ready to go.
Yeah,
you know what you know. You done prepared yourself. You done got whatever certification or whatever it was while you was grinding it out. You know, that's how you graduate. That's how you do.
Because success happens when opportunity meets preparation. So if you, and I can say it about myself, it's crazy how my life has been, because it's just been a lot of things, opportunities that came my way that I've never gotten again, but that I didn't take advantage of because I wasn't prepared. But now if I ever got that opportunity again, it's like I'll knock it out the park. Like so easy, because my knowledge game is just so much closer.
I needed you to say that, because that's exactly how I feel, where it's like opportunities knocking at my door, and I am like, I gotta take them. If I don't, I'll regret them. And now I'm fighting that battle of take them or leave them. So I'm glad you said that, because now that's gonna make me just dial in a little bit harder on these opportunities out here in the world.
But it all comes back to knowing yourself and what you're capable of doing, and fighting the right fight, picking your battles wisely based off of like your skill set and your drive, like knowing how much you can take. Like if you know you can only do 20 push-ups, then why would you set yourself up to do 30? Maybe you need to go back to the lab and get to the point
15 every day until
you can get to that
25,
point. And that's when the deep thought and meditation come in. Like actually think about the moves you making out here versus just making random moves and getting to the time and just not really knowing whether or not you could do it. Like, believing in yourself is one thing, but if you really aren't physically or mentally capable of something, then it's like, and you ain't trained properly for it, then it's like you're not gonna be able to do it because it's not something you ain't been working towards that.
Yep.
And then it's like a lot of people could be pumping these shorties heads up to make them think that they can, but then that's when it really hurts. Like,
that's where it hurts.
When you thought that when you just knew that you was built for this, and then it came down to it.
Because a family disappointment hurts worse than anything. Like, you ever made your mom feel disappointed?
Yeah.
Like, that shit makes you feel like you just fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, fuck everybody else. Like fuck work. Fuck making your boss feel disappointed. You ever made your family say, like, damn, dude, like, what were you, you know? That's the worst thing, and what a lot of families, I feel, wrongly do. And there has to be a balance. You know what I'm saying? There'll be a mad argument about, well, this is my kid, I should be praising him, like such and such. It has to be a balance. Kids get held to the highest pedestal when they're like deemed these stars or the best players, or they might just have a parent that knows their kid is good and they blow it up too much.
Yeah.
That kid hears that every single day, and then it does not work out. Then
it's like,
what does that do for the kid emotionally?
That's like the day of darkness right there. When that happens, that's a tough. And I see that too. I see that with a lot of local players when they go national and go in these national circuits, and it ain't how it is on a local level, and it's like, and that hurts because you thought it was, you really thought it was gonna be this way, and you got there and it wasn't that. So all you can do really is take that failure and use it as fuel to motivate yourself.
But a lot of players also need to sometimes realize, and they beat themselves up over it, because I feel like when they do get up to those national scales, the camps, like the USA camps, top player camps, you know, we probably see it so many times. Players make it to these camps, but then it's like that's the further they go. Sometimes it's not even that they're not a good enough player. Sometimes there's a lot of strong politics in this game that they don't even realize is completely out of their hands. Yeah. And they will beat themselves up because they think that they weren't good enough. Yeah. They didn't, you know, they'll question their game. That's where you see the confidence in the court start going away and things like that. But a lot of times, some of these opportunities and some of these the things that happen in the basketball world comes from just simple politics that they might not understand just yet.
I was talking to Terrence Shannon, you know, I was talking to him from Texas Tech. Okay. Mac McClung shooting all the balls. It's politics. He got such a name.
He's
it's like,
McClung.
They gonna give him the ball.
Box office.
Yeah, so it's like whatever numbers you was doing, your numbers getting ready to go down because he taking them shots now.
But that kid is built. Like, he has probably one of the best frames in college basketball. Like, he's athletic. The league know he there. You know, it's not. That's what they don't also realize, is that the league know you there. You know what I'm saying? They see Mac McClung, but then they see you like, look at this kid. So sometimes they don't realize that, and that's the thing. I haven't even seen him personally play, but I know who he is and I know how he look. Right. I've seen him and I'm like, he wear the shorts up of his knee, of his belt. You know, he look like, I don't think I would, you know, be under the basket when he go. You know what I mean? Yep. So sometimes they got to just sit back and think like, but I'm also valuable to this because Mac McClung can't get those shots without y'all. And basketball minds, like, if you and I can sit back and understand that, some of these executives, when it comes down to building these teams and getting this money, they think basketball deeper than we think basketball. So they know who's ready, who's not ready, who's going to translate, who's not going to translate. They'll know. You know what I'm saying? Mac McClung going to translate because he's an athletic freak. You know what I'm saying? And he box office. You know, if he get on the team, they at least know. With him being on the roster, they gonna come and watch him.
Yeah, ticket sales.
They gonna watch him warm up.
Yeah, it really be about ticket sales and views. So, like even with my brand, it's like if I'm coming out covering you, it's like sometimes it's hard to do the long-term investment all the time. Like if I gotta come cover you from ground level, like you got the potential, but nobody knows who you are. So it's up to me to show them who you are, as opposed
like
to
you really gotta believe that kid is gonna be something.
Yeah, and I gotta put in the work just like him, but as opposed to somebody that got a name already, like that could just say, hey man, everybody check out YoungBallerzTV, and my numbers just shoot through the roof.
Because even if that good player has a bad game, they got a crazy block or a crazy dunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
one little viral play.
Little clip.
Yeah, and people be mad about that type of stuff. Like, man, he ain't do nothing else though. Like they be on that with Bronny hard. Like he ain't do nothing else. You know what?
Bronny is a pro though.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a pro. He's like 16, 17, and he a pro.
Yeah, for sure.
I've watched him play. The way he's playing the game, he in the gym. Yeah. And he's seen pro players. It's not gonna translate until college. Mm-hmm. And then once college or probably G League or whatever the fuck his dad probably gonna do to him. But once he gets to that pro level, his game's gonna look a lot smoother because everybody else is gonna be doing that. Right now, he's doing everything nobody else is doing right now. Like the way he dribbles, the way he runs the team different. He knows how to slow it down. Mm-hmm. He shoots the right jump shots. Like he doesn't force shots.
He get that from his dad though.
Exactly.
Yeah, they not no ball hogs and stuff over there in the James household.
It's just
they know how to get people involved and play pure ball.
They play pure ball. They just savvy. Yeah. They let the game come to him. That's how he plays. He lets the game come to him. While a lot of these players, they out to get it. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to that, all he's gonna need is a team that fits for his role. And he's going to execute his role properly. And
it's crazy. His backcourt mate from not last year, I think the year before last year, Brandon Boston.
Yeah.
On the Clippers. So now Brandon Boston then went from, as Sierra came with Bronny, now he finna be playing against LeBron next year.
Which is odd because his year at Kentucky was very subpar until maybe the end. Yeah. Where he heated up a little bit. I mean, from what he was coming in highly touted as, nothing to take away. I love his game. He's an excellent scorer. But his year was not that great at Kentucky. So
and they just broke a record. Like they basically he got like the most money for any low draft pick. Like he got like some millions.
The whole California knows what he can do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He's a pure scorer. Honestly, with Kawhi signing again, for a few years, and probably Paul George will sign again. He's coming underneath some. All he's got to do is come in the game and do his thing.
Yeah,
that's all he got to do.
For sure.
So why not pay that investment when you know the kid is out there hungry? He lost his friend, so he's hungry. He's out to he got something to prove.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and invest in this kid to do what he got to do.
Yeah,
and that's what the Clippers are. That's what that basketball mindset come from.
Yeah,
these kids got to sometimes remember that. Mm-hmm. So. That's actually dope that he got the most money.
And, and he was a low draft pick, and he got some like a couple million or something.
Oh. The motherfucker get to stay home.
It's
fucking lit as fuck.
Yeah, it is. That's like Io. I'm so glad for Io to get to stay home, and the Bulls lit. It's the same thing. Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole Sumo family, man.
Shout out to them, man. Yeah. Shout out to Q. He knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. He said it. He knew it was coming. He said it for years. Io worked hard though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He worked hard. How do you think his game is going to translate over to not only just the NBA but the Bulls right now?
Yeah. I gotta see, man. It's tough, like right? It's such a
it's tough.
It's a lot of guys over there, man. They got a lot going on over there right now, man. We gonna see how that play out, man. It's hard to say. I know Pat, what's his name?
Pat Williams.
Why is he playing summer league, bro?
They want him to. No. I think that's great.
Because he wanted to get his confidence up. Okay, that's true.
He needs that.
Yeah, because he didn't get off enough last year.
If he continues to get off like this, imagine just him having the confidence of being included as DeMar DeRozan, blah, 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 all those people that just came in, and Patrick Williams coming off a tough summer league.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot for a young developing player to come into the league. Like, he getting off. He letting his game develop. Like, they want him to be a little bit more versatile. Be that stretch 4-3. You know what I'm saying? He can't really dribble, so you got to play that 4-3.
Yeah, so you got to be there and rebound and stuff, kind of.
Exactly. When Vucevic come out, if DeRozan need a breather, you can still stretch that thing, or you can still get in the middle. You know what I'm saying, and do what you got to do. And you know he gonna play defense. He gonna play defense. So right now they letting him get his offense together. He gonna play D in the regular league. That's his game.
Yep.
Now I think if Ayo can fit in defensively, just being at his size, he's a defensive nightmare. He's 6'4". He looks 6'5" on the court, and his arms are longer than anything.
Yeah, wingspan,
like his wingspan is crazy. If he can find his role immediately defensively, the offense is gonna come to him. He around some offensive demons. DeMar DeRozan mid range is crazy, and we know what Zach LaVine can do to create his own shot. Those are two scoring demons. Yeah. And Alex Caruso is there to play point guard or whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah, ball.
And Lonzo Ball, like that's a point guard you can learn from. That's a coach's dream
facilitator.
Point guard. The dream point guard.
He another one that don't he don't gotta shoot the ball to get going.
If Ayo could come in with that Chicago dog mentality, and play defense, get out there and transition like he he gonna set people up. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? And he can score the ball, but if he could come in defensively and really show his defensive nature, which he's been doing. He had a game. He had like 12 and 6 rebounds, but he had like 5 steals, 4 or 5 steals. So if he can continue doing defensive and be a rebounding guard, imagine Ayo getting that ball off the rim and pushing the floor with DeMar DeRozan and goddamn Zach LaVine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Creating havoc, getting steals, creating fast break transitions. He'll fit instantly.
Yep.
And they'll be the really running Bulls for real. Yeah. Getting up and down.
This will be the most exciting Bulls team since
the goddamn Bulls.
Yeah. Arguably since because D-Rose. Yeah, because D-Rose was fun to watch, but wasn't none of them other guys fun to watch over there on the Bulls with Luol Deng being a second option and stuff like that.
I'm sorry. That motherfucking rookie D-Rose.
Yeah. He had the show by himself.
I'm sorry, but that team was it. Goddamn it! Yeah, they had the pieces because they had them motherfucking pieces. They was battling.
Was that his MVP? That wasn't his MVP.
Nah, that wasn't his MVP. But that first game, that 36 points, it was him, Joakim Noah, Tyrese Thomas, weak ass was running around. That bitch running around.
Ben Gordon was on fire. Yeah,
Ben Gordon was cooking. I think they had John Salmons over there playing a 3-ball. Doing his thing because he started that motherfucking. If I'm not mistaken.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I think. If I'm not mistaken, they backup was maybe Kirk. And nigga, they was running. They was running. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They was playing some ball. That was an exciting ass time. I remember the city was lit around that bitch.
Yeah,
I can't forget that.
Yeah, that's what we need, man. The city be so dry because of that, man. Because the sports been struggling we a struggling sports city out here right now, man. For years,
the city's definitely struggling on some sports too, but. The Bulls being back in town any given night is busting, so hopefully they bring that love back into the city where motherfuckers can get that Chicago back. Hopefully they do something in the playoffs. They got to go up against the Nets though, so they ain't ready for real. But hell, at least give us something to goddamn chill about and watch, because this Bulls been dry, goddamn.
Yep, for sure. Why you think Chicago State ain't busting? Has it ever bust?
It's never bust. You know what?
Is it the area it's in?
No, you know what though? I will say this, because if a lot of young hoopers is gonna watch this, I think Lance Irvin is still coaching there.
No, I think he might be going. I ain't sure.
I think he might be. I haven't heard of no change, but if he is, some players need to not probably just go there. Like if you have no offers,
right,
and you got maybe some JUCOs, and you're a great player, maybe reach out. Try to get to the Division I level, and when you get to work hard. You're on the Division I level. Yeah. Duncan Robinson made it from the Division III level. Duncan Robinson is a Division III player. You don't even know what college he went.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Where did he come from?
Right.
He was a Division III player, but he worked at his craft. You know what I'm saying? Division I schools, you get different access. You get different gym time. You get what I'm saying? You get different. You see different players. You meet different players. You see different things. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a thing where you could go to Chicago State and you could play up against the best team in the conference and you could kill them motherfuckers. They could whoop your ass, but you could be giving their point guard hell.
Right.
but they the best team in the conference.
Right.
Or you might play a game, a non-conference game, where it's like maybe the first game of the season, you play, they always play the weaker teams. Chicago State, it'll be a Chicago State versus goddamn, I don't know, North Carolina.
Right, one of them teams in their conference.
And they know they can whoop their ass.
Yeah.
But say, for instance, you gave that top point guard hell. What if that coach on the other team was like, hey, follow him, see what he do?
Mm-hmm.
Now you might got a different opportunity as far as transferring.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, finding different opportunities into the game. You might have just created a lane for yourself. But so many people forget that a Division I school that's right in their backyard, that is sad.
Yeah,
that's the saddest part.
But I be feeling like it ain't no incentive to go there as far as like the community.
Well, that's why I say if you don't have any other, big offers, and you think, or if you do, maybe some players have low mid-major offers, but maybe they're not trying to play you.
Right.
You only get 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to really play.
Yeah.
You really want to,
Yeah.
get out here and showcase yourself. Sometimes that lower Division I will put you on the floor. Because that's what they got.
I feel like that's what Chase did by transferring to that JUCO. It's like even though people say like, yeah, he should have stayed with Terry Porter over there and stuff like that, but like Chase wanted to. I feel like he want to be somewhere where he can like precipitate the floor of the offense and stuff like that. Like,
it's always gonna be just the thing on Chase just because of his size,
mm-hmm.
which is gonna forever suck. We all know he's a great player, but it's the size, bro. They're going to hold that over him forever because basketball is such a height floor. I think if he has showcased an ability to really spread the floor, it'll be different as far as shooting, like long range. You got to think the point guard position, if you're small, you got like Steph Curry, Trae Young, even Sharif Cooper being a smaller player. You're not leaving Sharif Cooper open. He just hit a game, he hit the game winning 3. That would have had to been more his bread and butter because facilitating is no question.
Yeah,
and I think that's also
true.
maybe why, what's his name? Tyler Ulis isn't in the league. And maybe it's possibly because of just the ability to overly spread the floor and or having to guard these monstrous point guards.
Like Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Like when it's time talking about guarding them big guys, it's tough on them.
Yeah. So it's just tough trying to guard some of these. I mean, these guards be ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, some of these guards we seeing.
They
we just mentioned Ayo.
Yeah.
I mean, Chase is nice, but
but it's tough.
They saw a matchup with Chase Adams got to guard Ayo.
He gonna back him down and shoot over him every time type stuff.
Ayo gonna lick his chop.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a tough night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's
unfortunately, it'll be the size thing. Hopefully, he does have a great year in JUCO and he can find his niche in the Division I level again, and maybe possibly even at the pro level somewhere, which I think would even be a lot better for him is probably the pros because he may translate a little bit better at some professional level. Just knowing his mindset, that kid thinks the game way too different. You know what I'm saying? For him to be a top player at his size, you have to think way too different.
Right.
So he is like that. And if he can continue to increase his athleticism, he'll still make some money off this game easily. He's a tough player like that.
For sure.
Closing out though, man, who you looking forward to coming out of high school this year, or coming into this high school season? Really?
It's like the talent level is lower out here right now. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't heard no names.
Yeah, but I like that though. It's like it's a
open
double
season.
Yeah, it's open kill. Like who want it?
Nah,
like,
let's take that back. J.J. Taylor.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry.
Kenwood, yeah.
And Day.
Yeah, them two definitely.
It's ridiculous.
They setting up a powerhouse though.
It's not even
Kenwood.
fair.
Yeah.
That's why it's quiet. Let's give them the credit right now.
Yeah.
That is why it's quiet.
Yeah.
J.J. Taylor
is right now is our only nationally ranked player.
And he's actually representing.
Okay, him and AJ Casey. They're my only two.
AJ Casey still up there?
He is class of 2022. Yeah, it's his senior year.
It's a senior year now.
Yep.
Okay. Is he still at Tinley or did he?
No, he had Whitney Young. And actually, they going Whitney Young.
They got a young fella there, don't they? The Hispanic kid,
Antonio Munoz.
I've heard
nice.
about him.
Yeah, he twisted his ankle last week, so he young,
but I think
he doing all that dunking and jumping around. Yeah,
he's nice.
And he got a little skill set, like he can put the ball on the floor a little bit, shoot it. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't had no Hispanics coming up through Chicago like that, so you gotta put on.
Yeah, I mean his mama black, his dad is
it don't matter,
right?
Yeah,
he is though. Munoz,
that's life. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
But now JJ Taylor really representing. I think at that camp he looked nice, bro. I seen some footage, just a little highlights. So I can't say I've seen this game. I just want to see him be able to really. He's young, so he's getting that. But once he learned to get that breaking them down,
buddy.
Oh my God.
Yep, and work on strength and stuff and get a little stronger.
I feel like the league they like them coming in like that, and they help them to build their
like
body.
how Taylor build his body
up. Look at, you know who I just seen? Bol. His legs are way thicker than they were.
Right.
Like.
So that's why he ain't play, because they wanted to develop him for a minute before they threw him out there.
Because just think about what we know. We know that all these tall players, they always go down to a leg injury.
Right.
So if you was Denver and you notice, after just the history of Sam Bowie on up, Greg Oden's,
right,
we could do it all day. I would definitely want to let this 7'3" kid develop his leg strength before he has to go up and down on my court every night against these Bulls.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, so just knowing that the league lets these players coming in raw, because sometimes they got a plan for these people.
Yeah.
Even Joel Embiid. Look how thick look at Joel Embiid from Kansas to now.
True.
He's literally like 3 times his size.
Yeah. Yep. Giannis.
Giannis was a twig.
Yeah.
And Giannis, you don't even want to get back down by Giannis. You know he dunking.
Mm-hmm. True.
So when you look at that, I think JJ Taylor's gonna have getting to the pros. It's just gonna be staying consistent, staying in the gym, staying out of trouble. That's it. He gonna get there.
Yep.
He just gotta get there, man. But when he get that, I mean, I know he getting it. But once it's really like that KD level of just snatch, step back, pull, it's over with. Because going to the basket, you don't even want no problems.
Yeah, and he got like the Kentucky. What's the Kentucky?
Calipari,
yeah, he done came all the way to Deerfield to see that man.
He know he a pro.
Yeah, like he know he got to do that. He got to come out here and see these kids like that.
That boy pro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
Yes, sir. Love,
man. It's all love. We need to talk some hoop talk, man. Session podcast, man. It's Lizzo, YB. We signing out.
Let's get it.